Welcome back everyone to D.C.W. episode number 36, a very historic episode here on the D.C.W. Universe Mode. This is the final episode of D.C.W. that will take place here on WWE 2K20. But we are going out with a bang. We have a huge steel cage women's championship match in our main event. And not only that, we have a huge #1 contenders match kicking off the show for us here tonight. At the beginning of last week's episode, we were supposed to see a confrontation between The Undertaker and Johnny Gargano following that title match at Dead Man Walking, but Lars Sullivan interjected himself into the fray and wants to become the #1 contender to the DCW World title, so we're going to give Lars Sullivan that opportunity here tonight. Lars Sullivan versus Johnny Gargano. The winner goes on to face The Undertaker for the DCW World title at a later date. But no matter what, that matchup is going to take place on 2K19. We are heading back to, I would say, the much better version of 2K20. Ooh, it's been fun on 2K20, but, you know, honestly, I feel like things are going to be a lot better once we go back to 2K19. But as this match goes on, you can imagine that things aren't going to get better for Johnny Gargano himself if he has to be in there for a long time against a guy like Lars Sullivan. I mean, look at what we saw him do to him last week at the top of the hour. And then look at what we're seeing him do to him now. Just destroying Johnny Gargano here. Very brutal matchup here thus far. I mean, also, we have a lot of action here tonight. We have this matchup. We have the women's championship match in our main event. And get this. We have Finn Balor going one-on-one with Pac. That is going to be a huge matchup. And that matchup comes up right after this one, so stick around for that. But then again, this matchup doesn't look like it'll last long if Lars Sullivan continues this onslaught on Johnny Gargano. Cover one. And Gargano somehow able to kick out. And you gotta know that The Undertaker is watching this matchup somewhere, trying to see who his next contender for the championship will be. Gargano trying to break down Lars Sullivan like a big redwood. Somehow, someway, he's got to take down this freak, even if he takes down the referee in the process. Gargano took his eyes off the ball for a moment there, trying to check and see if the referee was okay. That's not really an obligation in this matchup thus far. You got to beat Lars Sullivan. That's what he's trying to do. Trying to get the quick win. Gargano, he's got to stick his moves. He's on the middle rope. What's he looking for here? Oh, nice flatliner off the middle rope. See, that's going to do some damage. And now Gargano on the apron. Could be looking for a springboard. You got to stick these moves on Lars Sullivan. Nice drop kick right on the jaw. That big jaw of Lars Sullivan. I don't even think it's the beard that makes it look big. I think his jaw is just really big. Ooh, big hip toss though. Everything about Lars Sullivan is big. Except for maybe his IQ. I don't know how smart it was to get in the face of The Undertaker last week. I mean, hey, he wants to make a name for himself. He can either be the guy that went toe-to-toe with The Undertaker and won the World Championship from him, or he can be the guy that went toe-to-toe with The Undertaker and lost miserably. That is, if Lars Sullivan wins this matchup here tonight. Oh, Lars Sullivan using his much bigger stature against Johnny Gargano. Now Lars Sullivan lifting him up. The onslaught will continue. Oh, looking for a powerbomb. What the heck is he doing here? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Dangerous territory. Oh, Gargano trying to squirm out. Sullivan stopping him in a fireman's carry. Gargano trying to get out of the powerbomb. That could have been bad. Sullivan planting him on the top rope, though, but only for a near fall. Jeez. This is getting disturbing to watch. Gargano trying to fight. Ooh, trying to continue on, but for how much longer? Lars Sullivan is just absorbing these shots. Oh, wait. Gargano lifting him up, lawn darting him into the middle turnbuckle. And Sullivan clutching at his head. This could be the opening Gargano needs. We've seen Gargano go toe-to-toe with The Undertaker. Can he do the same here tonight against Lars Sullivan? Trying to drag him to the ropes, possibly to set him up for that slingshot DDT. Oh, wait. Sullivan Hooking him again for another powerbomb. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh no, 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 no! Oh, powerbomb out of the ring! Powerbomb out of the ring. Gargano landing with a thud. And the referee being argued with by Lars Sullivan. What the heck is he doing? What the heck? Who is that? Adam Cole! What is going on here? What just happened? Adam Cole just super kicked Gargano. The referee was distracted by Sullivan. What on earth is going on? Was that just an alliance? Or did Sullivan know Adam Cole was coming out? Gargano just got powerbombed out of the ring, super kicked in the back of the head. Oh, and now the freak accident in the ring. The finishing move of Lars Sullivan. The freak accident. And it leads to the victory. Lars Sullivan is the #1 contender for the world title. He just beat a former world champion thanks to Adam Cole. I mean, we just saw last week the Undisputed Era losing their tag team titles, and after that losing a pay-per-view match against the Balor Club. Something has snapped in Adam Cole, and it just cost Gargano this matchup to Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan now goes on to face The Undertaker for the D.C.W. World Championship. We are going to have Freak versus Phenom. Thanks to the leader of the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole. I am just so confused as to why he did that. I mean, Gargano's got to have a bruised back at this point after being powerbombed out of the ring like that. I mean, you think about it, he was just coming off a match up against The Undertaker at our pay-per-view event. You saw what he went through there. I'm surprised he went as far as he did against Lars Sullivan here, but we have our #1 contender, and it is the Freak, Lars Sullivan. Folks, we're going to move on to this mouth-watering singles match here tonight. Finn Balor, Mr. Money in the Bank, being accompanied by the rest of Balor Club, goes one-on-one with the quote-unquote bastard Pac here tonight on D.C.W. This is actually a rematch. These two have faced each other in the past on NXT TV, or at an NXT TakeOver event. But these are two very different men now. They have grown up so much in their wrestling careers, especially ever since Pac left WWE, dropped the moniker of Adrian Neville, the former NXT champion, and became the bastard Pac. He's been much more vicious, much more brutal, and he's definitely come into his own. I mean, so has Finn Balor ever since he became the Universal Champion. He went to Raw, he went to SmackDown, he faced The Fiend, went back to NXT, and now he's here on DCW. It'll be interesting to see how these two go against each other. Actually, now that I'm kind of looking at them, the attires look very similar as well. You see the black bands around the arms and stuff like that? They look very, very similar. Oh! Brutal dropkick by Balor. And they both have their mean streaks. But one thing that Finn Balor has that Adrian Neville or Pac never had is an opportunity to become the world champion. Finn Balor could cash in that briefcase at any time against The Undertaker and become the DCW world champion. That is if he cashed in successfully. Oh, big DDT by Pac. And there you see the rest of Balor Club watching on the outside. AJ Styles still nursing those injuries. Oh, Balor flips out. I'm sure a lot of fans are flipping out just at the idea of this one-on-one matchup between Pac and Finn Balor. Now look at this, Balor Club racing over to the side of the ring to try and keep an eye on the action, trying to keep the match in the favor of Finn Balor. Oh, big clothesline. And following this matchup, we will have our main event. It is for the Women's Championship. Oh, Balor looking for Bloody Sunday on the outside, but Pac with a great counter. And now Pac has the advantage. Oh, moonsault off the apron. Carl Anderson got a front eye view. A front eye view? Is that a word? I don't know. It is now. Kind of. I'll say it is. We just won't mention it. Now Pac on the apron. Balor getting up to his feet. Big drop kick by Pac. But Balor trying to crawl back up to a vertical base, using the ropes for leverage. Pac sliding underneath. Nice move. Hurricane Rana. And now Pac has him in perfect position. Oh, wait, trying to set him up for something. Oh, brutal super kick on the jaw. And he could be setting him up for the Black Arrow. The former Red Arrow. Now the Black Arrow. On the top rope, here we go. Oh, Balor got the knees up, though. Got the knees up, avoided the Black Arrow. Pac landing with a thud on the knees. And now Balor has Pac positioned in the corner. Styles, Gallows, and Anderson cheering him on. Shotgun drop kick. This could be all she wrote. Pac in a bad place. Here we go. Coup de grace, crushing the rib cage of Pac. But Balor didn't go for the pin. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, and Pac may be in store for a Bloody Sunday. Bloody Sunday to Pac by Balor, and Balor picks up the win in this absolute dream match. A brutal contest by both men, but in the end, Mr. Money in the Bank staying strong here on DCW, countering the Black Arrow, hitting the shotgun dropkick, hitting the coup de grace, and then finishing him off with the Bloody Sunday in the end. And Balor Club is stronger and stronger with each victory. They have the tag team titles, and now Finn Balor picking up more and more momentum as he continues on his journey towards the DCW World Heavyweight Championship. Congratulations to Finn Balor on another exciting win here on DCW, and I cannot wait. What? Well, do we have cameras back there? What the heck happened? Apparently the Hardy Boys have been attacked in their locker room. What the heck? What is going on? Jeff Hardy looked like he got put through a table. Matt Hardy sprawled out on that chair. Who the heck did this? I mean, we're going to have to put together an investigation on this. We don't know that... Oh. Well, apparently Adam Cole wasn't the only one trying to blow off steam in the Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era attacking the Hardy Boys backstage. Jeez, well, hopefully if Rosemary loses the Women's Championship here tonight in our main event, hopefully Rosemary doesn't go on a rampage like that, because all of us are going to have to start looking for new jobs then. But Mia Yim here in our main event right here, right now, will challenge Rosemary for the Women's Championship, winning a Battle Royal to get into this matchup. This is going to be a very big rivalry renewed feel here tonight. The culmination of our episode here tonight on DCW. The final match to take place here on 2K20 before we go back to 2K19. But who is walking into 2K19 as the Women's Champion? Is it Rosemary or is it Mia Yim? Mia Yim's been at the mountaintop before. She was the last, or one of the last champions on 2K19's NXT Universe mode before we went over to 2K20, losing it to Bianca Belair. Rosemary defeated Bianca Belair at Dead Man Walking to retain the Women's Championship. That's where we got introduced to that book that she calls the Book of the Shadow. And apparently the Book of the Shadow said that she was supposed to get involved in that battle royal to help Mia Yim win, to keep Candice LeRae away from the championship. And now we have this rivalry renewed, red versus blue. A classic rivalry from Impact Wrestling over the Knockouts Championship. They even faced each other in a very similar environment, a 6 sides of steel match. Rosemary was successful in that matchup. Will we see the same result here? Brainbuster on the mat. In this matchup, you can win by pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage. Rosemary lifting up Mia Yim, slamming her against the cage. I was about to mention Candice. Candice must be watching this matchup from somewhere in the back. Rosemary selected this match type to specifically keep Candice LeRae away from the action. Rosemary looking for the Red Wedding. Mia Yim slips out the back into a reverse DDT. And Mia Yim now has the advantage in this match. Lifting up Rosemary. Fall away slam. Jeez, just a little bit further. Rosemary might have gone right into the steel cage. And now Mia Yim maybe trying to escape the cage. Oh, no, wait. Oh, tried to fly. but completely missed Rosemary. I think she was trying to get a little bit further, couldn't quite get it. And now Rosemary trying to climb up out of the cage. I think she's trying to find her footing, trying to figure out how to climb that cage, how to climb that structure. Now Mia Yim bashing the knee against the cage. It is Rage in the Cage here tonight on D.C.W. Ooh, Mia Yim having to crawl over across the cage. Very difficult to see here. Ooh, bashing her head against the cage. Ooh, Rosemary blocks. Elbows to the gut of Mia Yim. Mia Yim falls back. Rosemary follows it up with a big elbow drop to the head, baddie in charge. Ooh. And the battle continues on inside the cage. Mia Yim trying to continue the fight. Hurricane Rana. Must be very difficult to compete in those baggy pants, but I mean, hey, it's her style. Hopefully it's a style that helps her win here tonight inside the cage. Ooh, Mia Yim discombobulating Rosemary. Multiple strikes. Oh, sending her off the ropes. Trying to send her into the cage. Rosemary's trying to keep herself away from it. Mia Yim, nice snapmare. Kick to the spine. Trying to put her down again. Oh, and Mia Yim finally sends her into the cage. That looked brutal. And now Mia, sandwiching her in. And Mia could call for the door. She could call for the door of the cage to be open. She could escape right now. We could have a new women's champion, but instead she continues the assault on Rosemary. Oh, and Rosemary lining her up. Oh, for the pump handle suplex. And usually that's the precursor to the Red Wedding, the F5. Oh, Rosemary meets her with a forearm, lifting her up. Uh-oh. No. Oh, lawn darting Mia Yim into the cage, and Yim grabbing at her nose. That could be a serious injury right there. Oh, Mia Yim meets her with a shot. Oh, look at this. 8 defeat out of nowhere. The same move she used to defeat Ruby Riott last week. Couldn't help her win the championship here. She's trying to climb. Rosemary is down. Mia Yim very slow to find her footing on this cage. She must be very tired as well. Rosemary now back up to her feet. Rosemary. Oh, Mia Yim, she's climbing. Rosemary's she's got to find her way up this cage. Mia Yim now sees Rosemary's coming. I mean, if I was Mia, I would just drop to the floor right now. What the heck? Rosemary looking up at her. Mia Yim. Is Mia afraid of heights? I don't know. I mean, we've seen them compete in steel cage matches in the past. Rosemary stopping Mia from escaping the cage, clutching at her leg. And I think Mia Yim just yelled at Rosemary, all right, come on, come face me up here. Mind games by Mia. Mia Yim trying to get out of dodge. Oh, and Rosemary with a clubbing shot. And now both these women brawling on top of the cage. Oh, and Rosemary sending Mia flying off the cage. And instead of escaping, Rosemary instead goes back inside for more plunder, for more pain, for more suffering for Mia. Oh, and there's the mist. The green mist in the eyes of Mia Yim. And if the fall off the cage wasn't enough, if the mist wasn't enough, Red Wedding to Mia Yim. Rosemary laying her out. Mia Yim is completely out. Rosemary calling for the cage door to be opened. Mia Yim is not moving. Rosemary easily is going to step out of the cage and retain the championship. Oh wait, Mia's back to her feet. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Rosemary retains the championship. After a huge fall off the cage, mist to the eyes, and a red wedding, Rosemary retains the women's championship. Mia Yim nearly had it, but she couldn't get her footing on the cage. Rosemary came back, stepped out, and just as Rosemary stepped out, Mia Yim got back to her feet. Rosemary retains the D.C.W. Women's Championship. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Rosemary is just that much more vicious. But that green mist That green mist can put your opponents out like that. Rosemary continues on in the universe mode as the women's champion on this final episode of D.C.W. here on 2K20. We'll have to see what happens further with the women's championship and with all the storylines. We'll see what happens when we go back to 2K19. See you there, guys.